One fact tuning into today's video, we're going to do the weekend forecast today, have a detailed look at weather the next 7 days. We've got the charts coming from weathercentre.de and weatheroutlook.com. You can find a link to all of those two websites on its page. Also got radar picture from the UK Met Office. You can find the link to that website on my links page as well. What else was I going to say? The advertising, there's video ads on my pages at gazworldbiz.com. If you hit play on the video ad, you'll be supporting gazworldbiz.com. Thanks so much for doing that. It does make a big difference to the website. It essentially pays for a website. It allows me to have websites. So hit play on the video ads, see what they're about. They should be ever changed. You say you shouldn't be stuck with the same one over and over again. And just see what they're about, and at the same time be supporting gazworldbiz.com. Thanks very much for doing that. Now, this week was supposed to, or there was hints that it may get cold with easterly winds coming in around the area of high pressure over Scandinavia. We are going to get the high pressure over Scandinavia this week, but it looks as though low pressure in the Atlantic is going to stay quite dominant, to be honest. And I don't think we're going to get those cold easters. Instead, we're going to stay under low pressure. So it's going to stay quite unsettled. There'll be some rain around at times. But I think the cold air will remain restrictive over Scandinavia and northern parts of Europe. Now, this is today's radar picture. As I say, we've got some wintry showers across the far north and northwest of Scotland, but the bulk of the country is actually dry today. It's a very nice day. We've got this ridge of high pressure building up from the south across the country. So away from northern and western Scotland, where there'll be some wintry showers, it's basically a dry day with good sea spells. A really nice winter's day. Temperatures on the chilly side, only 7 or 8 degrees at best, so it is a little bit chilly. You do need to put coat on if you're going out for a walk, but really it's a nice day, to be honest, for the middle of winter. We don't get many days quite as good as this, so do get out and enjoy it if you want to. Now, overnight, that ridge of high pressure is going to persist across the country, and we're going to pay for the clear skies tonight because we're going to get a widespread frost. We haven't had many frosts this winter so far, but I think it's going to be the coldest night of the winter so far for many of us, with temperatures down at least to -1 or -2 in the towns and cities. In rural areas, we could get as low as -3 or -4 tonight, so really quite a sharp frost. But of course, that's not saying much, as I say, we haven't had hardly any frost at all to speak of so far this winter. Now, there could be some fog patches developing as well, particularly in central and east areas, and some of those could be freezing. But later on in the night, the temperatures will start to pick up in the west as the wind begins to freshen. This southerly wind starts to pick up, and some clouds begin to move in. That's ahead of this next area of low pressure in the Atlantic. So as we move through into Sunday, we're going to start on quite a frosty note with some sunny spells across central and east area. But in the west, the sun will already be going first thing in the morning as clouds picking up and outbreaks of rain move in, and really going to turn wet across much of western UK through the course of Sunday. Going to turn wet and windy with quite a strong southerly wind, making it feel quite cold. For central and east areas, we'll start off with a sunny start, frosty start, 1 or 2 fog patches around as well. That'll all go as the cloud shifts across from the west, so it will eventually cloud up through the course of Sunday afternoon in the east of the country, but west areas is where the rain is going to be. Temperatures on Sunday around 3 to 8 degrees, but it will feel quite chilly, as I say, in that freshening southerly wind. Moving through to Monday, we're going to find the band of rain coming across the country overnight Sunday into Monday morning. That could still be hanging on across eastern parts of the country first thing on Monday, but it will clear away quite readily through the course of the morning. I mean, essentially, it's a pretty decent day, really. There'll be some showers around northern and western facing coast. 1 or 2 could be wintry, but most places will be dry, I think, once that rain clears the east on Monday. Temperatures, again, between around 3 and 8 degrees, about where we should be for the time of the year. Now, as we move through into Tuesday, we're going to find another area of low pressure starting to develop out in the Atlantic, but I think Tuesday will again be a mainly dry day with sunny spells. There will be some rain coming into Scotland and Northern Ireland later on, so that could be quite heavy, particularly for Western Scotland and Northern Ireland, but I think the bulk of the country will once again be dry and fine on Tuesday, with fairly reasonable sunny spells. Temperatures again somewhere between around 3 and 8 degrees, but feeling cooler in the north and west as this wind begins to freshen up. And then as we go through into Wednesday, we're bringing low pressure in off the Atlantic, but at the same time high pressure is building over Scandinavia. That's the high pressure, but at one time looks like it's going to bring us some cold easterly winds later next week. But this low pressure can stay very, very strong through the middle of next week. So we're going to find weather fronts coming southwards and eastwards across the country on Wednesday with cloud and outbreaks of rain. Now that rain could become quite stuck across the country, really. Weather fronts bringing it could become stuck as they come up against this area of high pressure. So there is potential for some quite wet weather through Wednesday, although I think the weather fronts will be sort of easing off through the course of the day. So I don't think it's going to be persistent heavy rain, but there will be rain around, and it'll be on and off in many parts of the country through the day. Really quite a dull, dank sort of day, to be honest. Temperatures again around 3 to 8 degrees, but feeling quite chilly in that brisk southerly wind, particularly with the rain. The weather fronts are still there across the country as we go into Thursday, still not able to clear the country because of this high pressure over Scandinavia. So another very cloudy day is likely on Thursday with outbreaks of rain. I think much of the rain will be light and patchy, but there could be some heavier bursts here and there. The best of any sunshine will be in the far east and the far west, but many parts of the country will have a cloudy, damp day again on Thursday. Temperatures again about average at 3 to 8 degrees. And then things begin to get a bit of a shift on as we go through into Friday. We'll bring another weather system through across the country. That'll probably be a band of heavier rain through, but it should eventually clear everything away. It'll start to clear everything away out into the North Sea with brighter skies beginning to edge in. Temperatures may be lifting up a little bit between around 4 and 9 degrees. As we go into next weekend, well, the suggestion there is that we're staying quite unsettled, really, with showers, particularly in the north, maybe some longer spells of rain in the south for a time on Saturday, clearing away. But overall, staying quite unsettled and keeping the wind off the Atlantic. We're not getting those easterly winds on the face of this morning's evidence anyway, so temperatures holding up at around 4 to 8. Finally, have a look at charts and weather outlook. This is the situation today. Very nice day. Got some spells, a few wintry showers in the north and west, but basically a really decent mid-winter's day. There'll be a frost tonight. It will be the coldest night of the winter so far, but that's not saying too much because they haven't had much frost. But as we go through into Sunday, we'll start off on a frosty note, but cloud and rain will come into west later on in the day. On a freshly southerly wind, that southerly wind is going to feel quite cold actually, but temperatures will be around average. The rain will clear away overnight, Sunday into Monday. Monday may start off on a wet note in the far east, but it'll quickly clear away. I mean, a pretty decent day, really, to be honest. A few showers scattered about, but many parts will be dry with sunny spells on Monday, as we will on Tuesday, although later on some rain will come into the far north or west of Scotland. And then that sets up for a much more unsettled middle part of the week with showers or longer spells of rain, particularly across central areas through Wednesday and lasting into Thursday as well. Some quite persistent rain there. A lot of it's going to be light, but there could be some heavier bursts. Of course, with the rivers already so full, it won't take much to get things flooding again, so we do have to keep an eye on it. But I don't think it's going to be sort of flooding rains. I think it's going to be more a case of light rain on and off kind of thing, rather than the flooding rains. But we do need to keep an eye on it. Temperatures will be around average, but feeling chilly through that middle week period. And then finally, as we go to Friday, things will get a shift, and I think we'll start to shift that rain out into the North Sea as winds begin to freshen off the Atlantic. So in summary, we're not getting the easterly winds that look like we could get at one point through the coming week. We're going to save a week. We're going to keep the winds basically off the Atlantic, and we're looking at an unsettled week again. We're going to have rain coming in across the country on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday will be mainly dry, I think, actually, with sunny spells. But as we go into the middle of the week, more outbreaks of rain as weather fronts come in off the Atlantic, stall really over the country. Not able to clear out into the North Sea because of that high pressure building over Scandinavia. So a very unsettled middle part of the week with outbreaks of rain, and then probably drying up a little bit as we go through towards Friday. Temperature staying around where we should be, which is a little bit cooler than we've had through most of the winter, but near normal temperatures with more rain. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.